If you've ever tried to figure out what childcare actually costs, you know the quoted price rarely matches the final impact on your bank account. The most common mistake parents make early on is building their entire budget around a quoted hourly rate or a flat monthly tuition. That top-line number ignores the hidden math. True cost includes financial extras, the logistical inflexibility of a given schedule, and the heavy administrative mental load required to manage it all. You have three main options: a nanny, daycare, or a nanny share. Choosing between them requires you to decide which specific type of cost your family is prepared to carry. Trying to pick an objectively best option based on the cheapest price tag alone will lead to a choice that ultimately breaks your budget or your career. You have to compare the whole picture. You might feel a weight when you hear the phrase, "it takes a village," because you don't happen to have grandparents down the street or a built-in network of neighbors. A modern village is simply everyone your child is safe, known, and loved with. It gets assembled, one person at a time, on purpose. A big, loosely connected group of people can actually create more chaos. 2 or 3 caregivers who share your exact values and routines give your child consistency across every set of hands. Alignment beats size. The fastest way to keep those caregivers in sync is a 2-minute daily handoff. A quick exchange about moods, meals, and naps prevents the daily friction that otherwise builds up between parents and caregivers. Creating this intentional alignment ensures your child receives steady, predictable care, regardless of which person is holding their hand that day. Let's start with a nanny. This gives you one-on-one care inside your own home on your specific schedule, providing the peak of logistical flexibility. Look at how expenses stack up. Hiring a nanny makes you a legal employer, adding overtime, paid time off, and taxes. Pay a caregiver $3,000, the 2026 threshold, and you legally owe Social Security and Medicare taxes. Paying under the table feels simpler, but it exposes your family to serious liability. Paying legally provides your nanny with a verifiable work history, Social Security credits, and unemployment protection. You also absorb the administrative mental load of human resources. You have to write the work agreements, manage the weekly payroll, and handle tax documents at the end of the year. A nanny offers unparalleled logistics for your daily life. In exchange, you trade a premium financial cost and strict legal responsibilities to maintain that convenience. Daycare places your child in a licensed, regulated setting. It offers built-in socialization, a structured day, and an entire team of caregivers, meaning you are immune to a single person calling in sick and leaving you stranded. The immediate trade-off is rigid operational hours. If your workday runs long or traffic backs up, you pay late fees or scramble to find coverage. You also face a sick day vulnerability. Strict health policies dictate that when little ones catch a germ, and they will, frequently, they get sent home, forcing you to miss work and cover the care anyway. This line graph illustrates the multiplier effect. The cost of a nanny remains relatively flat as you add children, but the daycare line steps upward sharply with a second or third child, eventually crossing and eclipsing the nanny cost line entirely. You also have to factor in the invisible time cost of waitlists. The highest quality centers routinely require you to plan and secure a spot months in advance, often longer than a pregnancy. Daycare offers excellent baseline savings and reliability for a single child. You secure that lower cost by absorbing the friction of scheduling inflexibility and inevitable sick day disruptions. The third option is the frequently overlooked middle ground, a nanny share. This is simply one caregiver split between 2 separate families. The primary financial benefit here is significant. You retain a personalized one-on-one care environment for your child, but at a meaningfully lower hourly rate per family because the costs are split. The trade-off is steep logistical coordination. You have to negotiate whose house the care takes place in, align your daily schedules, and figure out what happens to the caregiver's pay when one family travels. You absolutely must find a partner family you trust deeply. Your parenting values, daily routines, and comfort levels with sharing germs have to align perfectly. Keep in mind, you are still a household employer. The legal agreements, tax thresholds, and paperwork all still exist. They are simply shared between the 2 households. A successful nanny share provides incredible financial value, but it functions like a complex logistical marriage, demanding high communication bandwidth from everyone involved to keep it running. Across all three of these options, the universal hidden math remains the same. You have to budget for the backup sitter when your primary care falls through, and you have to account for your own administrative mental load. But there is an optimistic side to this math. Looking at these two programs, you can legally recapture a portion of your childcare spend. If your employer offers a dependent care FSA, you can set aside pre-tax dollars specifically for childcare, which lowers your overall taxable income at the end of the year. At the federal level, the Child and Dependent Care Credit can offset a portion of your out-of-pocket spending, specifically designed to help parents remain in the workforce. Both of these benefits carry a strict rule. They require proactive enrollment through HR or a tax professional, and you cannot claim a single dollar if your caregiver is paid under the table. Mapping out these tax offsets is a mandatory step in your planning. Factoring this money back in often turns an impossible financial number into a manageable one. Let's map your best path based on core constraints. Unpredictable hours and flexible budget, a nanny is your strongest choice. Strict budget and predictable hours, daycare is the ideal match. Budget conscious but value a customized home environment, a nanny share fits your profile. The best choice is never the objectively cheapest one. It is the specific operational model your family can sustain, both financially and emotionally, in your current season. This is not a forever decision. Families frequently pivot from daycare to a nanny or a share as circumstances shift and children are added. Take a moment to actually write down your shortlist. Name the 3 people you would call in an emergency and the 2 you would trade care with. Document the village you are building. If you are ready to start hiring, the free Nanny Hiring Toolkit and our sleep and routine templates are linked in the description below to give you the contracts and the handoff tools you need. Evolving your childcare model ensures your support system stays relevant to the family you have today rather than the one you had a year ago.